Hey, what's up guys? Raman here, Monstergadgets. I hope you're all having a wonderful day wherever you might be. Thank you so much for joining me, and happy Thanksgiving to everyone that's in the US that celebrated, or anyone else that might be abroad who celebrated as well. So happy holidays to you. So today we're going to be taking a look at an in-depth review of the GoPro Hero 8 that was just released a few weeks ago, and I've done a comparison to the Hero 7 just to kind of do a side-by-side and see really if there's a big difference. Is it worth the upgrade or not? We also will be testing out the protective case that I have for it as well, just to kind of see if there's any difference in image quality with the case on, without the case on, things of that nature. So let's go ahead and get started. So first thing I'm going to go ahead and address is the actual brackets that are underneath the built-in GoPro 8. Initially, when I first unboxed this, and if you haven't checked out my video, please go check it out, it's on my channel. I thought this might be an issue because of the way these actually sit. So when you're mounting it, I thought that might be a problem, but having mounted it on a couple different units, it's actually held up really well. It really hasn't moved around a whole lot for me. It's been very stable. I did read on some forums where people have had issues, and my feedback would be to maybe use different thumb screws when you're putting it in. But if you use the ones that are from GoPro, I haven't had any issues with them. They work really well and they stay intact, and keeping this as steady as even the older model with the harness on the frame itself. So no complaints there, it's held up well. So kudos to GoPro for that. Moving on, as far as image quality, let's go ahead and take a look at side by side. I've got the GoPro Hero 8 on the right and the GoPro Hero 7 on the left. And here are basically my kids having a good time in the pool and just kind of jumping around, so you guys can take a look and see if there's any image quality at all. Now this was taken without the plastic housing, so it's just the GoPro Hero 8 with the tamper glass protection on it, but not the actual protective case. So go ahead and take a look at that and see what you guys think. I really couldn't tell a whole lot of difference in this setting between the two. They look very similar. The colors look somewhat similar as well. So not a huge difference there in my opinion with underwater footage. Moving on, let's take a look at a quick running clip of myself. This is not the ideal condition that I run in, but because I'm on vacation, I don't have my full gear, so I did work with what I had. So I've got both the Hero 8 and the Hero 7 in front of me, as you guys can see, and I am basically running at a moderate speed. I'd say about 4 miles per hour, and you guys can see how stable it's been. Now the Hero 8 has the hypersmooth boost. I did use a boost, and it does have a little bit of a crop that it does, but I didn't see any difference between the boost and the normal stabilization. And it might be just because of the activity that I'm doing. If it's something more extreme, whether you are snowboarding or something, bike riding down the trail or something, it might come in handy, and I'm sure it will. But with my test of just plain running on normal surface, it didn't really produce a whole lot of difference between the hypersmooth boost and the normal hypersmooth. So both of them look very similar. So again, not a huge upgrade there for Hero 8 to the Hero 7. Overall, I will say, looking at the protective case now, but I could not tell the difference between having this camera in a protective case versus outside of a protective case. Both images, both still images as well as video images, produce very high quality content. I wasn't able to see a huge difference in it. So I think with this protective housing, it's definitely a win to protect your GoPro Hero 8. Just FYI, there is a silicone case that GoPro came out with as well just recently. But if you read the disclaimer towards the bottom, GoPro actually does state that it will affect your image quality using that silicone one, which has the removable lens versus the plastic one does not. So the protective case itself, the plastic one is one full unit. The silicone one does have removable lens protection, so you can remove and replace that lens with the GoPro Hero 8 being in it. So just FYI on that. Of course, all these accessories that I talked about today are available on GoPro's website. I'll go ahead and link them down below so you guys can go check those out. But overall, my first impression and my last, after the review, really hasn't changed a whole lot. I think the GoPro Hero 8, it's great. I love the built-in brackets in the bottom. It's a one less accessory you have to keep. But initial cost up front, I would highly recommend you buy the tamper glass protection for it, because it's not removable. So that's the only downfall. All right, so is it worth the upgrade if you have the GoPro Hero 7 to go to the Hero 8? In my opinion, if you're doing extreme sports, it might be worth it to upgrade just because of the hypersmooth 2.0 under extreme conditions. Again, under the conditions that I tested, I wasn't able to see a whole lot of difference. So if you're mounting it on a car, or you're just running or hiking, things like that, something that doesn't involve a whole lot of shaking, I don't think it would be worth to upgrade for the stabilization for the Hero 8. But again, if you're doing extreme sports, like motocross or snowboarding or things like that, where you are going to come across a lot of situations where it's going to be shaky, then I think the Hero 8 will definitely be the winner with the 2.0 hypersmooth. So now with that being said, if you are worried about size, the Hero 8 is a little bit more easier to manage just from being able to keep it in your pocket, just because with the Hero 7 you do need the housing for it if you want to mount it somewhere, versus the 8 it's got it built in, so that definitely is a space saver and you don't have to have the housing with you to mount this, which is kind of nice. As far as actual image quality goes, I wasn't able to see a whole lot of difference in image quality between the two from video and photo. They've got the same megapixel camera, same everything. The only difference is the menus are a bit different, as well as the hypersmooth, which GoPro is really bragging about. So the 2.0, I mean, not the first one, the 2.0. So that's really about it. In my opinion, again, I would say if you're doing extreme sports, yes, it's worth the upgrade. If you're not doing extreme sports and you're just doing normal everyday type of activity, then the 7 is going to be just fine for you. But if you have the 6, then it definitely will be upgrade worth it to go to the Hero 8. As of right now, they do have a special. I did tweet out, so if you're not following me on Twitter, make sure you follow me on Twitter. But because of Black Friday, they actually have the GoPro Hero 8 on sale, the value bundle, for $349, where the regular price is $499. So by the time this video goes up, it's still going to be the Black Friday sale along with Cyber Monday sale. So go ahead and check those out. This camera still might be $350, which is a huge steal compared to the $499 for the value bundle. Originally, when I did my last video, the value bundle was $499, but it was on sale for $449. But because of Thanksgiving Black Friday sale, they have it for $349.99. So it's $150 off. For that price, it's absolutely worth it. So go check it out. And if you guys have any other questions, leave them in the comment section below. I'd be happy to answer those for you. Otherwise, I will see you next time. Goodbye.